Yo guys, it is XLegitX Legacy here, and today in this video I've got a garage tour for you guys. This garage tour will be on my XLegitX Wanted account. So yeah, in the first garage we have the Albany Primo Custom, the lowrider version. Pretty nice. I'm going to also show you guys the interiors of these cars as well. That's what we got in here. And also, if you go on to enjoy this video, definitely be sure to drop a like and also subscribe to my channel, as it really does help me out a lot. Next up, we got the Faction, again, the lowrider. And here's the interior. Pretty nice. That thing's pretty fun to drive around in. And next, we got the Emperor, I believe this is. I don't really drive this thing around a lot. The interior on this is pretty crusty because it's not a lowrider. But yeah, it's nice to have. Next up, we got the Tornado. A lowrider that isn't actually customizable and bendy. I'm not going to show the interior anymore. They're lowriders because that's pretty much just a waste. Here's the beam, I believe this is. I got the full livery on it. I didn't do too much, but you can see what I did do in there though. We got the big wall of speakers and bikes. That's just bikes. The Manana, I believe this is. This is a pretty nice car. This was one of the cars that I think they should have put lowrider, but pretty uncool. Same with this thing. This is the Peyote. This is another, and then one of the lowriders update never made its way into it. Next up, we got the. I'm not sure this is. I'll check. The Chino. That's what it is. This is the double roof Chino. Set it as the custom roof and stock, so you can see it's like glitching through there. That's pretty cool. Next up, we got the Buccaneer, and here's the interior on this thing. Pretty nice, in my opinion. And finally, we have the BMX. That's just cool. One normally you can do with BMXs. They're on the bike rack. It's pretty helpful. So we're just gonna walk into my second garage here. All 5 of my garages at Eclipse Towers, so it's easy to make this video. And garage number 2, we'll start on the left side. We have Hot Knife. This is pretty nice to drive. This also has the no hood and no fence, makes it look pretty cool. Next up, we got the Monroe. This car doesn't really get driven a lot by anyone, and it's kind of like ignored a lot. I don't know why that is. It's pretty nice, and it's also pretty fast, and I like it. Next up, we got the Stinger GT. This Ferrari Dino, or Dino, I'm not sure how you say it. And here's like the quad life blazer type thing. Again, I don't really drive that, I just keep it here. Next up, we got the Chameleon. This is one of my absolutely silent. And yeah, the back of that car looks really nice with the lights and the bumper. Next up, we got, I believe this is the Rat Truck. Got a pretty nice job on here. Although I might change the pink pearlescent. This car is pretty nice to drive. Next up, we have the Slam Van. Pretty beast. I need to change some of these tires around. I haven't gotten to that yet. And next up is the Voodoo. This is another lowrider. I'll show you guys the interior. with most of these lowriders, since they have hydraulics on them, I like to have the plate as can jump, because like with the hydraulics you can bounce and jump around. Next up is the Sabre Turbo. This car is going to be a lowrider in the new update that's going to come out in April. So yeah, once that does come out, I'll change this into a lowrider, but for now it's just the stock version. And finally we got the Phoenix. This car is pretty nice because it's modded so it doesn't have the spoiler on it, so that gives it a different look. And that's everything for garage number 1 and 2. And while we're loading into garage 3, if you haven't already, definitely be sure to smack that like button and also subscribe to my channel. Here we go into garage number 3. Let's get ready, folks. Alright, cool beans. We got the Enus livery. Enus. E-N-U-S with an E. Now I have the camouflage on this. Looks pretty nice. I'll show you guys the interior because this is kind of different. See on the bottom right, it's with an E. Just wanted to clarify that. And this has some nice wood on it. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Next up, we got the Sanchez livery. Shout out to Jonathan Sanchez, aka JT Fresh 101. There'll be a link in the description. And next up, we have the Electro with the horn on it. See, normally it wouldn't have the horn on it, it just have the NOS. But this has the horn on it. It also has the NOS plate on it. Next up, we just have this crusty car that I was gonna do something with, but I never did, so we're just gonna ignore that. And then finally, we got, last in this row, we got this little Roosevelt thingy-mabobber. This is pretty nice. Sorry, I was just doing something real quick. This doesn't have the wheels on the side here, because as you can see right here, normally there will be wheels. It doesn't have the trunk in the back, so that's pretty unique. Next up, we got the Z-Type. This thing is pretty nice. I'll show you the interior on this, because this is also unique. As you can see, we got the old school wood finish. Pretty nice. Next up, the armored Kuruma. It's always good to have an armored Kuruma. And the seats on this, like, used to be glitchy. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's like a rendering bug with them. But I changed something about the cars, now they're just black. So, you know, it's still unique, but not as cool as the before. Next up, we have the Mariachi Tornado. Again, shout out to Jonathan Sanchez. This is his car right here. He drives this around on a daily basis in real life. So yeah, pretty nice. See, it's even got the crusty interior like his does in real life. And then we got the Zentorno here. This thing has a pretty nice paint job on it. I just checked my mic to make sure it wasn't muted because I thought it was muted this whole time. I would have been so cranky if it was muted this whole time. Alright, next up we got the T20. Pretty beast mode. Best car in the game at this moment in time. So yeah. Next garage. Or garage. Or yeah, garage. Garage. Alright, let's load up into garage number 4. Alright, this is the new car garage. We got the Faction I'm not sure what this is called, like the Faction Donk. Pretty weird name. Well, I really like the interior on this car. And of course we got the Cherry Popper livery. And yeah. Next up we got the Adder, aka the Bugatti. Extremely beast mode, if I do say so myself. Next up we got another Faction Donk, but this one's just blacked out. So yeah, nothing really on the interior there, just all black. We got the Armored Baller. I'm going to try to speed this up a little. We got the Armored Baller. That's pretty nice to drive and to have. We got the Guardian is what this is called. I was trying to remember it. That thing is pretty beast mode. I have the suspension lowered on it, but if you raise it, it can go like way higher. On the other side, we got the Insurgent. This thing is a absolute beast, both literally and figuratively. And then here we just got another T20 but with a different paint job on it. Pretty nice. The Banshee. This is one of my favorite cars. I really like the look of this Banshee. And then I'll show you guys the interior. Of course, we got the racing seats. Can't forget about those. The bucket seats. And then got the flappy panel gearbox. And then another one of my most favorite cars, we have the Slam Van with like the Spitfire paint job. Extremely beast mode. I know I've said that about a lot of cars, but when I say it with this one, I actually mean it. And we got this little like mariachi themed bench. Again, shout out to Mr. JT Crash 101. That's what he has in his car in real life. And yeah, other than that, everything's just white. And yeah, extremely beast. And this is one of my least favorite cars in the game. It's the new, I don't even know what it's called, the new Virgo Custom, or Classic. I think that this thing is just hideous. The only reason I have it in here is with the new cars that came out in the last update, these three. Other than that, I do not like that thing. Just wanted to clear that up. Not that that really matters. Alright, folks, we are now loading out into the open world. And now we are loading back into the apartment, the last garage. Get ready. Alright, here we are. As you can see, I still have some cars from a previous video I recorded in here. Got the Rat Loader. I don't really drive this thing, I just had that for the video. And again with this thing. The Warner, I think this is. And got the Tailgater. And then check out this Beast minivan. Another one of my favorite cars to drive. So yeah, extremely nice. 10 out of 10, would recommend. And we got the Ford GT in the back here. I also like to drive this car a lot. And we got my bike that I use for jumps and stuff. I don't really use that too much. And then this is another Banshee I have. I really like this Banshee as well. So yeah, pretty beast. Next up we got the blacked out Sultan. I'll show you guys the interior. On this side, mostly everything black. And here we have the Cogn City Cabrio. This thing is like a fat Bentley. Oh no, I drive that sometimes. And here we have a car I just ordered off the internet. Haven't done anything with it yet. So there we go. Those were my 5 garages. Definitely be sure to leave a comment letting me know which garage you like the most and which car you like the most out of all the garages. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out, dog.